Hello, everybody. How are we doing? God, it feels like so long since I've streamed now that I'm just not used to the idea of talking with a headset on. Um, like I have this slightly noise-canceling pair of headphones that took a while to get used to using after using a pair for years that did not do that. Most people love having noise-canceling headphones. Me not so much because I need to actually be able to hear my own damn voice when I'm recording stuff. How in the week? Mate, week from hell. Fuck this week and everything it stands for. I want to see this week's manager. No, I didn't just pick this up on the Halloween sale. I've had this for ages. Yeah, demand a refund. Exactly. Yeah. And to be honest, this week still isn't over for me yet, really, because I've got tomorrow where I gotta paint a shitload of stuff and try and squeeze in some time to record some videos while I'm at it, and then Sunday I'm getting up at the crack of stupid to drive to Swindon, so yeah. Basically, Monday next week is when I get to sit down and be like, oh, fuck, it's finally over. Oh, I've played this before, Carnot. Yeah, no, I've played this plenty before. Have you really not played this before? I'm not that out of touch, believe me. I actually play a lot of new games, I just don't play them with you guys.
We're watching you, scum.
Lieutenant General Star, sir. 21 minutes in a row. It has been that long already. It's kind of flown by, hasn't it, really? Thank you for the resub. Store has been one of my longest time viewers. Like, he's been with me practically the entire 7 years I've been doing this
We're watching
this
you,
shtick for.
scum.
And Angus as well. Thank you very much. That makes 2. There you go. Should you paint any more orcs, yeah, Angus? You have 1 battle wagon left. You're painting Tau. Have fun. I've got the codex on pre-order for the orcs, actually. I forget when exactly it's supposed to arrive, but yeah, it's on its way. Apparently it's pretty good from everything I've seen of the previews and stuff that have been out there. My only complaint is that the Stomper is still stupidly overcosted. Still. And also suffers from the annoying super heavy rule of not being able to, not being able to get the special rules for the army it's part of, unless it's in a super heavy detachment of 3 of them, or in a Supreme Command detachment, which is bullshit. And the only reason they did it is because, once again, the tournament players ruined it, and then GW had to make up some rules to stop you from being able to do that. So you're painting your liver with cider. Hi, Dan, by the way. Dan and I recorded a game of 40k yesterday, which is about the longest game of 40k I think I've ever played. It was, you know, an effort, shall we say. The video for that, I don't know when it's going to come out exactly. Normally I get the videos out, the battle reports out, like, about 3 days after I film it. You might have to wait a bit longer with this one, just because I don't have any future games scheduled at the moment. So I'm stringing it out a bit. So you'll probably see it next week. Gives me a bit more time to edit and stuff anyway, so... Games should be balanced around the highest level of play. No, what they need to do is make a game mode with its own rules that's for tournament players, so they can go ahead and ruin that and let everyone else do their thing. They're on the right track with that. We have a narrative mode that is separate and distinct from match play, but you need to go further than that. You need a tournament play, not just match play. You need tournament play. Because match play is a level below that. That's like your pickup games at a store. I don't care whether or not narrative is balanced. You want balance, you go play chess or something. The Stomper is an awkward case because it costs so many points that you, even in a narrative list, you can't fit it in there without it being a complete disaster. That is precisely what I'm saying, Sirix. Obviously, there needs to be some level of balance, but no more balance than you'd expect from something like Dungeons and Dragons. You know, a basic level of balance, i.e., points cost for units that make a decent amount of sense. Beyond that, fuck it. More, yeah, that's more it, right, Angus? It's more not balanced to counter people, because that's what GW does at the moment. They basically run around with a fire extinguisher, with the letters FAQ written on it, which they bring out to put out the flames every few months or so, which always comes with a bunch of new beta rules, which are designed to squash exploits and loopholes that people are doing in the tournament scene, which then end up knocking down the chain and hurting all the people who aren't fucking interested in tournaments and who just want to play narrative games, but they get hurt by it too. That's a fair position, Dan. I can be on board with that. I think Paul said it best in that recent video he did with Winters. You know, where he said people look at it the wrong way around, right? Instead of looking at it as narrative is a special game mode where you get allowed to do things you're normally not able to do, look at it the other way around. Match play is a specific game mode in which you are restricted from doing certain things you normally would be able to do. You need to change what the default is in people's minds, if you ask me, because the vast majority of people aren't match play tournament people. The video was so much fun. It was really good actually, but it was so it was so long. It was very enjoyable to watch, but bloody hell, it was long. Even the game we recorded, me and Dan, yesterday, that still only comes out to about 2 hours 20 minutes, which is pretty long by my standards, but it's still not 3 hours long. So I was actually a little surprised. I expected it to be like 3 hours of footage, but it's actually 2 hours 20 minutes without any cuts so far. You're not playing competitions, what's to stop you from ignoring the nerfs entirely? Because if you go to a store and potentially do a pickup game with a total stranger, you can't just... You have to have that codified rule set that everyone works to. If you're playing with, like, the same group of guys, like, every week, yeah, feel free to just, you know, say, we're playing narrative mode, so fuck all this nonsense. Which is what I sometimes do in the videos I do. Like, me and Dan just decided randomly when we were playing yesterday that it makes no damn sense that I can't issue orders to my Kazakin when they're part of my Cadian regiment in the fluff, even though I'm having to use Tempestus Scions rules for them because their models don't have any damn rules anymore. So Dan was just like, yeah, fuck it, just give them orders then. I don't see why not. But that, not everyone has like a group of people to play with like that, where you can just comfortably make up your own rules and do what you want. A lot of people are sort of in that go to the local store and play pickup games with people they don't know side of the hobby. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, the Maelstrom cards and Open War cards are both pretty good. But I mean, yeah, I'm doing a standard match play scenario with Winters on Sunday. Mostly because he just wants to get some match play videos out on his channel because he's done lots of narrative lately. And I was like, well, so whatever, I can work with that. But we're not going to be using any of the FAQ beta rules nonsense. We already agreed that in advance because neither of us can be bothered to even try and remember any of that bullshit. We can't be bothered. So we're not using any of it. Regardless of how many people whine about it in the YouTube comments. You're making a pizza. Want some? It might be a bit cold by the time it gets here, mate. Otherwise I would have said yes. I played an open war game once. It was back in at the start of 8th edition. We all still were running with index armies, and it was I was Imperial Guard versus I think it was Raven Wing. Since you mentioned open war games being hilariously unbalanced, I was Imperial Guard versus Raven Wing, and basically we got the relic scenario where you're gonna. You know, you've just got one objective that you run around like it's capture the flag with. And the twist for the mission we got was that it was nighttime. So the range for all ranged weapons in the game was limited to 12 inches. And I was playing Imperial Guard with tanks and all sorts of long-range stuff. And Imperial Guard are obviously a long-range shooting army, but with all of its weapons, including its tanks and artillery, like literally the fucking Basilisk was limited to 12 inches range. For like 3/4 of the game. That was quite funny, I have to admit. I didn't win that one, as you can imagine, but it was hilarious, regardless. if you wanted to use them, it would be super hard to remember all of them. You'd need a referee just for that, really. Yeah, that's the thing. That's exactly why we're dropping it. It's because you almost do need a referee at that point, and you know, we can't referee beta rules on top of trying to remember the regular ones, on top of playing the game, on top of trying to film the game as well. It's just it's a terrible exercise doomed to failure. So we're just not going to bother. What's this video game stuff all about then? Yeah, welcome to Sorcerer Dave's Flying Circus, the Twitch streaming channel where we occasionally play video games in between talking about random bullshit. Anyway, yeah, my week has been fun. I actually just got back from the dentist about 4 hours ago, as well. Which is always a horrifying experience because it basically comes down to going to Wellingborough to let a stranger poke around in your mouth and then pay them 60 quid for the pleasure. So, I mean, some people might be into that sort of thing, but not myself, personally. I'm not one to judge, but yeah. So that's my wallet hurts more than my teeth right now, I've got to say. I mean, I suppose it's good for you, but yikes. Need to floss more, that'll be 80 quid. Well, I mean, that's the thing is, every time this happens, every time I'm handing over the cash, metaphorically speaking, I just sort of sit there and think to myself, well, at least I don't live in America where they charge you like $500 just to sit down on the chair and say, ah. But, yeah, it still sucks. Measured your gum depth for each tooth. Boo dentists. I agree. Boo dentists. I mean, not boo dentists specifically. They do a good job, and so on and so forth. And I have plenty of respect for everybody who works in health, and so on and so on. And the public sector, etc. But, having said that, going to the dentist, boo. What was his gum depth? 12 inches. He's actually a shark with access to a keyboard. Bill Bailey bit about the code that dentists use. No, I don't remember that one, actually. Yeah, you need to floss more. That'll be 80 quid. That's usually what it comes down to, right? That's what you do. You sit down, you poke around, you say, ah, you get up, he says, floss more, and then holds out the hand for cash, so to speak. It's like, no shit, I know I need to floss more. Didn't need you to come here and tell me that. Your dentist charges around $87. All right, is that for any treatment, or is that literally just for the checkup? Because if that's like just for the checkup, that is obnoxious. Flossing is probably the hardest thing to be thorough with. Flossing is annoying as shit. I get those things. They look like really, really tiny miniature cheese slicer things. You know, like it's almost like a two-pronged fork with the elasticy bit strung between the two prongs, and I use those, and you can just chuck them away after you're done with them. It's like the only way that I've found that makes flossing actually bearable. I'd much rather still be working at McDonald's than go to see the dentist. I should tell you something about your thoughts on the matter, yeah. Anyway, so that was my day, basically. Off to Dentistville and back. At rush hour as well, and we were running late for the appointment, and we got stuck behind a learner driver who was, like, clearly a really early learner driver too, because he couldn't even like drive in a straight line properly. It could have been in a sitcom, to be honest. Like we got we got to the dentist and there was one free parking space. And we went round the block to come back to it after driving past it, and we come round the block, we turn left, we look at the parking space, and I shit you not, another car, the exact same make as ours in a slightly different colour, had parked there in the time it had taken us to go around. And I was just like, this is the part where if this was a sitcom or something, like, you'd see like an alternate version of me with a different haircut and a beard get out of the car. How do you feel about links to YouTube in this chat? Oh, yeah, post away. I don't think Nightbot hits you for it anymore. Only one way to find out, of course. I don't know, actually. It might be enabled still from the... I can't remember if I turned it off or not, because you remember Twitch was having that epidemic of people, of bots posting links to viruses. I had to turn on the link deleting thing in Nightbot to stop that for a while, and I can't remember if I turned it off or not. Mirror universe, Dave. Yeah, exactly. I have a beard. No, I don't have a beard. I shave. But that's what I mean. Like, the mirror universe version of me, like in Star Trek, will have a beard. The Spock goatee, yeah. Exactly, exactly. I want to go watch some original series Star Trek now. I'm feeling that urge for some reason. I don't know why. Anyway, we're not watching Star Trek this evening, folks. We're ostensibly playing some Shadow of Mordor. So I got the random urge to reinstall this game and play it for a bit. I don't know how much of it we'll play. I'll stream it tonight, and beyond that, who freaking knows? Apologies again because we didn't have a stream on Monday or I think on Friday last week either, actually, or Wednesday this week, because I've just been so busy. Apologies. This week was basically a mixture of, as I said, dentist yesterday, me frantically painting up hellhounds for the filming session, which took like 9 bloody hours in the end on Thursday. And then the plumber tearing up the floor in this very room where I record this normally, to get at pipes and things so we can get a radiator installed upstairs. So yeah, it's been an interesting week. And on top of all that, I pretty much ran out of like backlogged YouTube video recordings as well. So I haven't even been able to put much up in the way of YouTube videos at all, because I ran out of those too, all at the same time. So it's been stressful a bit. It's not quite over yet, as I said. Tomorrow I gotta frantically get a bunch of stuff ready, and then Sunday I'm off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Swindon. So this game is amazing, actually. I played. I didn't finish it, admittedly, because I mostly just got caught up in the Nemesis system and paying zero attention to the story, which I imagine might happen again now. But I do enjoy this game. It's very good. Just a second, folks. It's hold on. Okay, cool. I'm back. Sorry, it gets even in November it gets pretty hot in here once you got all the equipment fired up and running. So I had to take my jumper off. So anyway, and if you're wondering why I had to mute the microphone while taking my jumper off, it's because I wear a sports commentator style headset microphone. So. I am actually vaguely thinking about bringing back the old webcam, actually. Very vaguely. I'm not entirely sure why I'm entertaining this strange notion, but I'm considering it. Just because virtually everybody else I know who streams also uses a webcam, and it's sort of become a standard now, and I feel like a bit of a dinosaur for not keeping up. But you were too good at fleeing rather than dying. Yeah, I died quite a lot, and I would get pretty pissed off. Like I'd go back there and I'd just try and kill the dude, and I got stuck in this vicious cycle of revenge, and never actually progressed in the game. So. Anyway, so. Yeah, particularly I'm a little bit annoyed because I didn't get to stream on Wednesday, which would have been the Halloween stream. So the plan was to do a gamebook stream of House of Hell, and yeah, I was also kind of maybe thinking of getting the new Call of Cthulhu and streaming a bit of that, or even picking up Resident Evil 7 and streaming some of that, but it didn't happen. So I'll have to wait till next year. It's always next year. Yep. See, I'm not a big horror game fan, generally speaking. So, I can set aside, like, one day of the year for it, and then forget about it for the rest of it. Although, perversely, I kind of almost prefer to watch other people play horror games. Like, I'll happily watch a Let's Play of a horror game by someone like Gopher, but play it myself? Nah. And it's not even about the scary side of it, it's just the fact that playing horror games is a deliberately unpleasant experience. So why you never continued that Alien Isolation stream from ages ago? Yeah, kinda. You spent most of Halloween standing up and going to the door every 3 seconds. You know what? We didn't have a single... The doorbell didn't even go once here. That might have been because someone unplugged it, to be fair. But assuming nobody unplugged it without me knowing. No, didn't get anything. To be fair, it was like that last year as well. I think it's a bit of a grim neighborhood around here, to be fair. So yeah, not much in the way of trick or treaters. But that kind of weirdly enough suits me fine because I can't be asked for that nonsense. Plenty of fireworks though, actually. It's November the 5th soon, so there have been much in the way of fireworks around here. Doorbell's really... Yeah, see, I didn't hear it when you rang it, Dan. But obviously when you came in, like I said, we tested it and it did seem to work, so I don't know what was going on there. Although... Ah, right. I think I know what the problem might have been actually now. Because there's two... I'll have to check in a bit, but we actually have two, like, speakers for the doorbell, if you like. One plugged in downstairs and one plugged in upstairs. And since we were moving wardrobes around most of the week, we unplugged the one upstairs because it was in the way. I don't think it's actually been plugged back in yet, and that might be why I didn't hear it. So, mystery potentially solved. Because it's not very loud, really. That's why you got two of them. So. November 5th, what's to do with fireworks for that? Guy Fawkes night. Bonfire night. I'll just simplify it to the absolute extreme and say it's the British version of 4th of July. And leave it at that. You'll get the general gist then. Speaking of fireworks, I can hear some right now. Gently popping away in the distance. It's Guy Fawkes night, not Guy Fawkes day. Who sets off fireworks during the day? Didn't he try to kill Parliament? Indeed. Emphasis on try. Remember the 5th of November. Gunpowder, treason, and plot. I see no reason the gunpowder treason should ever be forgot. Indeed. But you don't have Yahoos let things off 24/7 for a week round your way? Well, no, not during the day, but as soon as it turns nighttime, yeah, you get fireworks for the week. And honestly, to be honest, like it starts around November, and then around here we get sporadic fireworks all the way through to New Year, and then it finally stops. Celebrated the failure of Guy Fawkes by exploding explosives and having bonfires to imagine what it might have been like if he had succeeded. It's a very weird holiday in that respect, isn't it? I've always found that. They don't have the patience to wait for dark in Essex. That's Essex, though, isn't it? So. It's so fucking bizarre, though, isn't it, really? Like, think about it. The only reason it makes any sense is because it happened such a long time ago, but imagine if, like, I don't know, a terrorist tried to blow up Parliament today, and then for the next, like, 400 years, people celebrated a terrorist failing to blow up Parliament today by doing their own explosions. It would be incomprehensible, wouldn't it? Like, we thwarted this terrorist plot. Let us celebrate this with a national holiday where we make explosives and set them off. So... yeah, you don't really do decorations for a Guy Fawkes night. It's literally just the fireworks. Occasional bonfire. I mean, there used to be penny for the guy. I have not seen that in years. Where you basically you get an effigy of Guy Fawkes and burn him, essentially. It's wonderfully medieval. It's I don't know, Carl. It's just one of those things. It's like during the Great Fire of London, when Parliament burned during the Great Fire of London, Londoners went to the banks of the Thames and cheered. You know, it's just whatever. Fireworks, bonfire, sausages, and sparklers. Sparklers. I haven't had sparklers in ages, though, mind you. Not since I was a kid, so. Alright, anyway. Let me get the today and future streams garble out the way and we'll start playing. So, obviously we're playing Shadow of Mordor tonight. If we enjoy it, we'll continue playing it, I suppose, probably. In future streams. As for other future streams coming up this next week, luckily I have nothing going on next week, so we'll have plenty of time for streaming. There may be more of this. I may come back and do a bit more Battletech, but the numbers haven't been very good for it, so I'm not so sure. We'll probably do some more Fighting Fantasy Gamebook streams, because everybody seems to have enjoyed those. So that might be again on Wednesday. And also, I'm thinking of doing a stream series of... because Enderall's basically taking its sweet effing time coming out standalone on Steam, and they've not posted any kind of indication of when this will happen other than some point in 2018. I was thinking of streaming a playthrough of Fallout New California on here in the meantime, because it's very short. So I don't know when that'll happen. You'll get some announcement of that in advance. But because the YouTube plebs will probably be like, oh, you're playing a Bethesda game? We want to watch. So I'll give them advanced warning. And by proxy, you lot as well. Although, speaking of numbers and stuff like that, I've got to say, I have good news. Good news, everyone! The 40k Battle Report videos are doing astonishingly well. There's some things I don't like about the new YouTube Creator Studio thing. In fact, I have a laundry list of things I don't like about it. But what I will say is that the new analytics page for everything is really, really good. It's like you've got some seriously powerful information gathering tools on there. You feel like the NSA. It's great. But I've been comparing metrics and statistics and stuff for between my different video series and stuff like that. And the YouTube bat reps are doing really, really, really well when you compare videos with in terms of like new subscribers gained and people watching who aren't subscribers, and basically in viewer retention and things like that. The new 40k stuff is doing so good. Like right now, I don't. In particular, this last Alpha Legion bat rep we put out seems to have just taken off like a goddamn helicopter for some reason. It's got 8.8k views on it right now. It's nuts. For comparison, the latest Oblivion video I put out, which is normally the most popular thing I've been doing for a long time, has only 4k views. So the last battle report I put out 5 days ago has double the views of Oblivion. So you're welcome. Yeah, cheers, Redtooth. Cheers, Dan. It's all you're doing, sir. But yeah, so that's pretty cool, basically, and hopefully it will continue. But my hypothesis I had about how basically part 66 of Let's Play this game does not really bring in new viewers the same way that a one-off, 40k battle video does, was entirely correct. I could go get up the YouTube studio now and compare it, but I don't really have time. We want to get on with this. But I could show you like the difference. It's quite staggering. So there is a market for 40k indeed. Well, it's gone particularly well because a large portion of my existing viewers have been enjoying it, as well as bringing in new people. I have noticed that as more new people have come in, I've had a lot more rules mistakes pointed out. Like apparently I can't have a Baneblade with Cadian tactics in my Cadian army unless it's in the specific correct type of detachment, which is bullshit, Games Workshop. But yeah, no, it's good. It's good stuff. So that's doing well, which is marvelous. It's a bit of a relief in a way, because it means all that investment of time and money was not completely for nothing. I can stop mopping my brow with a handkerchief now and breathe a sigh of relaxation somewhat. Having said that, though, I do need to get more people in to play games with me, because right now my schedule is completely empty. Aside from going to see Winters on Sunday, I have nothing else going on for a little while, so Dan will be back on the channel again. But aside from that, I don't have anything planned yet, so Supreme Command Detachment is your friend, yeah. But then I have the problem with that is I then have to have like a slightly silly number of guard commanders in my army. Like I'm already pushing it with like 3 commanders as it is. So if I want to chuck in the Baneblade in a Supreme Commander detachment, I've got to get another fucking 3 HQ choices and then chuck that on top of it, so it's not so much a points problem, because Guard Commanders are mega cheap. It's more of a fluff problem. Like it's like why is this force that's about the size of a battalion or a company being led by 6 separate colonels? It doesn't make any damn sense. It'd be easier if Games Workshop made platoon commanders HQ choices, but I've ranted about that plenty in the past anyway, as it is. But yeah, for some dumb reason, platoon commanders are an elite choice and not an HQ choice, so even though they are the definition of HQ, they're commanders. But for some reason, Games Workshop was like, oh, we're going to make them elites. Why you do this? It's like giving bloody... Is it Riptides that have the monster keyword for some idiotic reason? I think it's the same thing there. It's like, why? I don't understand. It's a battle suit, not a monster. Anyway. Thought I'd take 3 Psychers. Yeah, then I have to take 3 Primaris Psychers.
Scum.
Which again is kind of dumb from a fluff perspective. You'd be better off, like, it would be more realistic to take a bunch of weird vein psychers, and they're not HQ choices, so. Also, Sticks! 20 months in a row, thank you very much. Welcome back. The long-time subscribers coming back in tonight. I appreciate the long-time support from you fellas and ladies. But, yeah. And of course, you get astropaths as well for the Guard. The Guard get, like, basically 3 flavors of Psyker. Primaris Psychers, astropaths, and Weird Vein Psychers. And Weird Vein Psychers was like a little Psyker squad. Astropaths is a little dude in robes with a staff, who can cast 1 psychic power, but he can only smite with 1 dice. And then you get Primaris Psychers, which is the one I use at the moment. So, and only the Primaris Psyker is an HQ choice. And to tell you the truth, I don't think he should be. I think if anything, he should be an Elite's choice, and the platoon commander should be an HQ choice. But whatever. Primaris Psyker isn't really HQ, honestly. He's like fire support. Anyway, enough ranting about that. Let's get on with the game. Music! Enough. Enough. Boom. This should be set up to capture immediately, hopefully. There's no different. Primaris is literally just Pig Latin for primary, so Primaris Psychers have been around long before Primaris Space Marines. There's literally no connection between them whatsoever. Primaris Psychers are just called Primaris Psychers because they're like Prime Psychers. They're the most powerful. This is also the part where we check how the audio levels are. I did adjust it a little bit prior to the stream, but it's always difficult to guess. So, let me know if it's too loud, or if I'm too quiet, or stuff like that. I've noticed that previous streams, the audio for from the game has been a little on the quiet side, so I've tried to boost it a tad. But I don't know if I went a bit too far. I haven't had the opportunity to make Dave ramble for a week. I know this is the problem. This is what happens when I don't get to stream for like a week. The rambling all just gets bottled up and then just comes out in a big old mess. Alright. Let's turn on the controller. That'd be a good idea. I put fresh batteries in the controller tonight, so there'll be no incidents. It sort of fizzled out on me when I was playing The Witcher 3 relatively recently. That was the point at which I was like, right, gotta go buy batteries. Continue story mode. How can I start again? It's obviously saved my save games from about 2 years ago. Save slots. Ah, here we go.
In the land of Mordor, where the shadows lie. It was here, on the slopes of Mount Doom, that The Dark Lord Sauron was defeated.
Hey, it's
by
Jennifer
the
Hale.
last alliance of
Today
Mordor.
starring as Discount Galadriel.
It is here that for 2,500 years the Rangers of Gondor stood watch.
To be fair, she's doing a decent job.
Guarding against a nameless slaughter.
Even though the music's drowning her out a bit.
And while the strength of Gondor faded, the power and malice of Sauron grew in darkness. He has returned to Mordor. Shadow and flame have fallen on the Black Gate, and no mortal man can stand in its path.
That is a perfect swing for killing chicken. Wouldn't want to hurt you. It'll take a lot more than that. Dear Hyle, the mighty chicken killer. Come on. Come on. Show your father what you have, huh?
Yay, tutorial time.
You'll have to hit harder if you want to best your father.
Hard enough?
Parry, son. Don't forget to block.
Perhaps you should not forget to hit.
Stay alert, dear. Your enemy will not always be as he appears.
Easy, son. You're not a soldier yet.
I'll have your guts.
I'm all right. My blade shall rest in your throat.
Dear Hyle, remember your training!
Father may charge faster than I can strike.
Stand fast, dear Hyle!
Did escalate quickly, didn't it? My god, this seems loud. Is it loud for anyone else? It seems really freaking loud to me. And the music's slightly down. That's better at my end. I don't know if that's too quiet for you guys now. Well, it seemed to get the grab part down, but not so much the throw part.
Remember, son, lunge deep and cut deeper.
Ah, you gotta tap it again. There we go. Gonna fall off? Yep.
These orcs are much stronger than any we've ever seen.
They're not orcs, they're lyrics. They're far worse. There's too many. Go find your mother. Go find your mother. Keep her safe. I'll be right behind you. Go. Am I dead? You are banished from death.
Humming. Humming is occurring. Talion just like never changes clothes ever. Oh no, God! Ah, this I remember this about the game. I could never quite tell which I was selecting on that menu. Let's see, sound. It's difficult to balance this because it gets this really loud section and then we're in a really quiet section. Let's try that.
Waters may cross, see mountains white and blue, but on your road let's not forget
RT for stealth.
the love I have for you.
Press X to kiss your wife.
Dance on beaches in Anfalas, sleep in moon.
Happy anniversary, my love.
Talion, this is beautiful. Where did
Press
you find
F
it?
to interact with
Still
female.
a few friends left in Gondor.
Did you talk to my father?
Yes, I did. And nothing has changed. He's still very stubborn.
I say we go anyway.
Dear, I will not come willingly.
There must be a better life than this.
Listen to your wife, Talion.
But soon.
I'm just so tired of hiding here, Talion.
We must hide now, or we are both dead. Come on.
We should have left when we had the chance.
Don't move. I'll clear a path. I'm outnumbered. Stealth is my only advantage.
Press X to kill.
Delicious.
Put the sword down, Ranger. The Black Hand wants him alive! Take her!
How is that guy talking with no lips?
I'm right here, son. I'm right here.
We'll be together, my love. Soon. Forever.
Come back to me, Elf Lord.
What is this place?
See for yourself. Now, do you believe me, Ranger?
What has happened to me?
banished from death. Cast adrift between the worlds of light and dark. Curse binds us together within the walls of Ardar.
If what you say is true, then how do we break this curse?
We find the one who cast it on us. The Black Hand of Sauron.
Good, isn't it? That's quite a strong opening. Credit where it's due.
This looks familiar.
Calian killed a nobleman, Yorith. His life now belongs to Gondor.
Father, if you turn my love in, I shall swear I killed
Once again,
when he attacked me.
hate to bother you folks about this, but how's the audio? This is probably going to go on YouTube, so I'd like it to sound at least half confident, you know? Oddly brutal for Lord of the Rings. Man, Lord of the Rings is pretty dark, really. To be honest, this isn't The Hobbit. The audio's good now. You can hear everything properly. It's all fine. Thumbs up, good. Unlocking Forge Towers unlocks the Wraith's memories. This unlocks new missions, collectible locations on the map, and Mirian. Superhero landing.
So, we missed one of you at Narcos, eh? An easy mistake to fix.
You will suffer for what you've done! The Black Hand wanted them all!
That was awkward. You just kind of recoiled backwards and then suddenly dropped dead.
Go back to him. What do you know of the Black Hand of Sauron?
He is a fiend. Made of thin air.
What more?
A slave I had. Swears he fought him. I sold him for a keg of grog to Gimuk the slaver.
These are the captains of Sauron's army. They appear as shadows because you don't yet know their identity. By interrogating enemies, you can uncover valuable information about these captains. Press A to learn the identity of this captain. Gimuk the Slaver. You have learned Gimoob's identity. This will help you hunt him down. His title, the Slaver, gives you clues about his role in Uruk society. You've also learned his power rating. This gives you an indication of how difficult he will be to defeat. The power rating also determines your rewards for defeating him. Rewards also include runes to upgrade your weapons, and increasing your own power to unlock new ability tiers. Okay. Marvelous.
That is where we have to go. If one can trust an orc.
Trust has nothing to do with it. His thoughts cannot lie.
Gold icons advance the story, red icons display power struggles where Uruks compete for status. Reward power to unlock new ability tiers. White icons represent side missions and collectibles. Fucking collectibles. You have 2 available main missions, the Slaver and the Spirit of Mordor. Very good.
The world has changed. Nothing makes sense.
Nothing has changed. This is how it will be. The future and the past are linked in darkness.
I don't understand why I'm here.
And I can't remember. Let's go find the Slaver. His mind may provide answers.
Rumors about some trouble in the north.
Why? Don't even say thank you. Ah, good old stealth bushes. Awareness. Yellow indicates an Uruk is investigating a disturbance. Red indicates an Uruk is aware of you. Cool. Now let me kill.
What you've got to where he is by brute strength.
We need a real fight, so we can show the world we ain't mucking about.
Elves, dwarves, dragons, send them our way and we'll make them pay. Stay quiet and work.
An XP to unlock, blah blah, etc, etc. When you hit streaks, charge, press Y and B to execute your target. That's really useful. Probably gonna peg it before anything else. Yeah. More games need to use the Nemesis system. No, man. I don't need more games copying other games. That already happens enough. Like, they literally ham-fistedly stuck the Nemesis system in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and, like, it doesn't really add much to the experience, to be honest. More games need to come up with their own shit, frankly. The reason I give this game credit is because it's a AAA game that actually came up with something new instead of just copying everyone else. Also, hello Michael, thank you for the bits, sir. That was a game that came out a little while ago, Vampire. That game is a bit janky and sure as shit far from perfect, but I give it a lot of credit for doing some new interesting stuff and not copying other people. I heard vaguely similar sort of stuff about the new Call of Cthulhu, which is why I was interested in it, so I think The Hobbit's pretty light, BG. Even in later editions. I mean, yeah, Thorin and a bunch of the other dwarves die towards the end, but it's very glossed over.
Don't you see? The prisoner created a distraction.
How's the combat in Vampire? Heard later enemies are a real slog. Well, it can be a bit of a slog if you choose not to feed on anyone and therefore basically play the game on hard mode. But having said that, it's not really that hard.
Slay the orc captain, cut off the head of the snake, and the body will wither.
Archers. I must take out the eyes of the camp.
Glad to see the back of
But
he was a useless schrock.
to be fair, it wasn't too bad anyway. I played through most of the game before I ended up getting distracted by work and then not coming back to it. But I played most of Vampire and even the later boss battles. Once you nailed the timing down, Dark Souls style, they were not really that much of a problem. I did a playthrough that was basically I didn't feed ever. I didn't have too much trouble with it.
And they were starting to collapse after just 10 hours of heavy labor. If I'd been there, I'd have whipped them into shape.
Whipping makes them cry. I just kill mine if it's not
Nope. Mordor potatoes. Okay, this is.
Kill the glove! Hey! A pity I have to kill you. You would make a strong slave.
I say it!
I'll level with you folks. I've never been very good at this whole Arkham City style combat. So I'm gonna die a lot. Luckily, dying and coming back to life again is kind of part of the game's core mechanics, so it's all good. Damn it! Use left thumbstick to move the cursor into the circle, then press the displayed button to counterattack. I'm also a bit shit at that little mini-game as well, I have to admit, from what I remember of playing this previously. Dead captains drop runes that provide bonuses for your weapons. Okay. Cover all focus on all health for killing a captain or war chief. Cool. Defiant to the end. Never surrender as you gain an additional last chance to return to the fray in combat against Uruks. Nice. No runes for the bow. Hey, Dr. Fat.
So you didn't die 10 years ago.
I take it you did not come here to arrest me for treason, Captain?
You and I are all that remains of that garrison, Hugo.
Then why did you come here?
Looking for a slave that fought the Black Hand of Sauron.
More like ran away from him.
You know this man?
Of course. You're staring at him.
Where are the servants of the Dark Lord? Do you even know?
Perhaps.
This is no time to keep secrets.
I have been stuck here for weeks. Steady. Come to the outcast camp. We shall ask my scouts.
I'll be there. It's just another orc.
No. Someone who wants to be seen. We should tread with caution.
Yeah, I haven't played Shadow of War.
We're watching you. Scout.
Do not give a shit about photo mode. And Thomas, thank you for 14 months, sir. Thank you very much. All of the cash cows, yeah. I will set a new target later game, if you don't mind.
Please, you must go back and rescue my friends. They've been worked so hard they can barely stand.
You could throw a slave's head in the air, and our archers could turn it into a pincushion before it even hit the ground.
What sort of rodent hides in the shadows, I wonder?
Something of great power has left its mark on him. I sense it.
What sort of rodent hides in the shadows? Oh, I don't know, like all rodents? That's part of the reason we call them rodents. Italian. Just saying, dude.
Too difficult.
These tracks are not quite human. Not quite beast.
Impact. Yeah, let's get that.
Even more reason to investigate.
My health was already full, but sod it. It's also XP, so.
Die, worm!
Damn it.
You'll be breakfast.
Not even outcasts deserve this fate.
The chain of man seems to always end in shackles.
Right, now then. What was I doing? Remember how to go into left bumper. There we go.
Be wary. This creature leads us to peril.
So we're playing as Talion, a ranger who is technically dead. Well, he was killed and then came back to life, possessed by this ghost of an elf. And we're in Mordor.
Would have been met with blood.
trying to find the Hand of Sauron,
They can dig on stumps.
so we can kill him.
I sense it knows more of me than I know of myself.
How could a rodent possibly know of a wraith?
It is somehow connected to me. I feel it.
Walls are no obstacle for it.
Please don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. Leave me be.
Oh, you're driving me crazy with that mumbling. Sing a song if you must make noise.
Not the hot knives today. No hot knives today.
Sorry guys, I'm still a little befuddled with the controls, ever so slightly. I'll get used to it. It's fine. Problem is, this is like the third open world action-y game that I've been playing recently. The other two were Assassin's Creed Odyssey and The Witcher 3, so they all have very similar sort of features and stuff, and it's getting awfully confusing switching between them.
Our rations are down. It must be that sneaky rat again. Looks like an ill-fed frog. Disgusting beggar. Ain't fit to eat. Catch it and toss it in the fire.
Is the new Assassin's Creed game any good? I think it's been okay so far. I've been having a decent enough time with it. It's, you know, it's Ubisoft, so it's super derivative as hell. This time around, it basically seems to be
There! It's on the run!
Ubisoft trying to copy The Witcher 3, essentially. So it's fun. It's just, you know, it's nothing original or new.
What manner of spell is this?
A lost Italian.
You remember? A few broken images, yes. And now I wish that I didn't. Your family was perhaps that pain is what connects us. That's it, what do you want?
It is escaping!
Oh god, the aiming is so...
They
yeah.
must have tracked the categories here.
New enemy hunters. Hunters should be dealt with quickly. Press A while running to dodge spears. Okay, good. Oops.
Stop squirming!
cowardly creature lurks around here somewhere.
He will remember Precious. We will make him.
Yes, yes, yes. We must have it back. We must have it.
Quiet. Quiet, Precious.
Think you could sneak up on me so easily, eh?
No, don't hurt us.
What does he know of it?
Bright Master. Yes, we know.
Bright Master came to us in our dreams.
You see?
Precious. It showed us. It showed us treasures of the Bright Master.
No more
Yes, we swears.
We swears to serve the Bright Master. We takes him to his treasures.
I do not trust him.
But we need him. Do you not wish to know who I am?
Look at the size of that spider. A little disappointed this movie gone. Like, he's right. Okay, here's the thing. Every time something Lord of the Rings related comes along, there's always this one person who's like, it's a shame it's based on the movies, not the book. And I'm just sitting here thinking, well, what do you expect? Compare the number of people who've read the books with the number of people who've watched the movies, and do the math and figure it out, which is going to generally be used more often. And yes, exactly, I completely agree. The movies were fucking amazing. They were fantastic. Especially Fellowship of the Ring. It's like in my top 10 favourite films of all time. There's nothing wrong with basing the game on them, as far as I'm concerned. And again, like you, yeah, I've read the books too, so... Look at the size of that thing. Nope.
Well, I'm not doing it. I've got better things to do. I say leave it round. Maybe it'll stomp on a few ghouls.
Do.
There's too many of us.
Running away, eh?
Breaking a few tools. The others didn't get away. Please help.
I'm free.
I mean, I read The Hobbit when I was very young, but I'll be honest with you. Andy Serkis, since I saw him as Gollum, is now the only Gollum for me. Even when I go back and read the books again, it's Andy Serkis in my head. He's the one reading the lines. Where did you... fuck did you come from? Oops, sorry, slave. At least you're not actually dead, you just have a really bad scar.
Thank you. Please rescue my friends before they're killed. They don't know when to keep quiet.
Wish I knew where they were. I might actually be able to help. Like how this one at the back here was not even remotely bothered by the fact that his two mates were just shot by arrows from behind.
Flee! my blade! You can't kill us!
Ah! Would you look at that? Found a forge tower without even trying. I'll bite your legs off, yeah.
My elvish house unknown to me. Is this my inheritance?
Adds time in the world by highlighting an unlocked forge tower and pressing Y. Advancing time will resolve power struggles, repopulate herbs, and change the time of day. Meat's back on the menu, boys! Yeah. Which is a line that always amuses me because it implies that Uruks know what a menu is. Hello, big nasty Mordor kitty. I feel like this is not supposed to look like this. But then again, maybe I'm wrong. LOL, Carragher on the loose. Multiple, actually.
Hunters, archers,
Thank you. Thank you. Please help me rescue my brother. He's far too stubborn to work for these Uruk.
I could watch Uruks being killed by Caragors all day, it's quite funny. Right. What shall we do now? You have two options, what you're given and starve. Do 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 do. Stab.
don't stop fighting, Ranger.
Thank you.
Man flesh, yes.
Thanks a plenty, stranger.
I need to watch the movies again. I need my yearly dose of Christopher Lee shouting, "You will taste man flesh!"
All we've done is torture slaves all day. I need something that fights back. Get the captain to send us on a caragor hunt.
I want something to fight back, do you? Alright then.
Captain ordered us to do more weapons.
I like how he, as he was dying, he was moaning about the weapons drills. Or perhaps Uruks are capable of irony. He was just ironically remarking as he died that the captain ordered them to do weapons drills.
You know what I reckon? I reckon I hate every single one of you fuckers.
It was a great cast in those films. It was so good. So good. I can't say enough good things about the original 3 Lord of the Rings movies. And of course, Christopher Lee originally turned up to play Gandalf.
Been a slave to a category, and a slaver got mad.
That's what he auditioned for, but they gave him Saruman instead. And honestly, that was probably the right choice. Although part of me wants to would love to have seen Christopher Lee's version of Gandalf.
Too many pinkskins in the conditions of here. I told them to be grateful they weren't working the mines at Tamanangrin. Did you hear that?
Can we climb up this? Trying to climb up this.
Looks like someone's killing Uruk. Someone's sneaking about. Oh. There! I see you!
Oh, already full.
Maybe it was just rats.
Or one of these giant spiders, maybe? They noticed that a bit quicker than I thought they might.
Show me what you got, little talk. Let's make this fun.
Oh dear. Oh god. Holy shit. Alright.
Destroy the top! No! Ignore!
Oh, you bastards. Oh my god. I've had it this time.
Your death fills my head with visions of glory.
The first death of very, very many, folks. What difficulty is this on? I have no idea. It's just on whatever the default is.
Towers of silver. They are lights to guide us in the land of shadow, where all other lights may fail. Pale reflections of the light of the 2 trees, and memories of a lost kingdom.
What am I looking for right now? The map is what I'm looking for. Guess we'll try that again. Ooh, hail. Lovely.
With a hot iron while they sleep again. Wonder what all that screaming was about. It's too cold, it's too wet, it's too dark.
Cut me down. This pain will kill me.
There are others nearby. Please help Ranger.
Hey, Obagover, how you doing? We're just casually killing some orcs on Friday night, as you do. And I'm doing this mission properly this time, instead of just leap stealth killing Uruks and getting spotted and then having a massive fight and then dying. Although that option is actually quite fun, so you can hardly blame me, really.
I saw you break that.
Worms will expose a captain's weakness when interrogated. I think I just killed one. Whoops.
Freedom.
And the last one over there. Ah, there's a worm.
You hear that?
There's a baddie over there. Booth the Shadow.
Mosu into got into it again at weapons.
Oh, we can unlock an ability. Excellent. That will be useful for running away, so we'll take that.
If you break all your tools, we'll just make you dig with your hands. Wait. I'll smell something. You broke that shovel on purpose. You'll pay for it in blood.
Release the squig off. I kind of want a squig off from the orcs. Although it's Forge World, so it won't be cheap. Outcast rescue missions. Completing outcast rescue missions makes outcasts more likely to help you by providing intel on captains or fighting back against their captors. Oh, cool.
Broken shovel.
I didn't remember
I thought
that.
I knew cruelty before these.
Right.
Thank you, Ranger.
Many thanks, Ranger.
Hello. Oh, for fuck's sake. Piss off. Now you. Okay, let's get intel on the guy who killed us last time. Why not? Nazdug the Rash. Motive: determined to learn how to ride a Caragor. Located at the Black Road. Vulnerable to combat finishers, vulnerable to stealth finishers, vulnerable to ranged attacks. Can be killed by a single charged headshot. Ooh. Vulnerable to mounted beasts. Hate of Caragors. Becomes enraged at the sight of Caragors. Runs much faster than most Uruks. Fearless. And regeneration. Ugh. Continually heals rapidly. Yeah. But you can kill him with a charged headshot. I'm gonna bring Nipper along. For a game, that'd be pretty cool, actually. Release the Squiggoth, indeed. I'd love to get a Squiggoth, but right now I can't even remotely even pretend to afford a Squiggoth. So, some point though, maybe. Honestly, the Orcs don't need much in the way of expansion at the minute. I mean, to be honest, if I was going to expand the Orcs at all, I've got, it would be by getting some of the new vehicles. Honestly, I think that's probably what I'd do. Because right now I've got easily now probably about 130 boys. In various states of not quite painted, admittedly. I think I've probably only got about 30 to 40 boys. Actually, no. I've probably got about, I don't know, maybe something like 60 boys that are actually like I could put on camera and not feel ashamed about. But I've also got like I've got 3 battle wagons, 3 trucks, the Stomper. I got a Gorkanaut, aka the looted knight that I've got, which is going to probably count as a Morkanaut or a Gorkanaut, one of the two. And about 6 killer cans, 3 Death Dreads. Oh wow, no, 2 Death Dreads that are currently painted up. I've got a third in a box still yet to actually assemble. I got a few knob bikers. At least I think they're knob bikers. A couple of war bosses. A couple of big mechs. One of them's the old school metal big mech with the force field, but without the mega armor. It looks like in the new codex you can see you can run a mech list without being too badly penalized. I don't know. I've seen some people whining a bit about killer cans, what with them being Gretchen and therefore not, you know, getting the culture bonus. And apparently they're still too overpriced or something, but I don't know. I don't have much interest in the mech list myself, actually. I just want boys in trucks, for the most part. I think that's kind of what I'm interested in. Just loads of boys in vehicles. Not very original, admittedly, but yeah, I mean, my ideal orc army for me is basically just a horde of boys, but crammed into like multiple battle wagons. Because I see people running like one battle wagon every now and again, but I'd like to have like 3 battle wagons crammed full of orcs, charging at the enemy, and a squig off running along with them. And also, you know, trucks as well. Trucks probably with some shooter boys in or something like that, just to drive around like mobile gun platforms. Put some shooter boys in them, maybe burner boys. I'm not sure. Hey, Cricket, Shades, Cricket, whatever we're calling you this evening, Shades. But welcome anyway. So I got 2 regular, well, let's say regular battle wagons. I've got 1 battle wagon which is basically just open-topped regular battle wagon without much in the way of bells and whistles. I've got a battle wagon which is which has a death roller on it, and I've got a battle wagon which has the kill cannon thing on the top. So tank busters love being in a wagon. Just saying, I've got tank busters. They're not painted yet, but I've got tank busters. I've got primed tank busters that aren't painted yet, and I've got a box of tank busters that aren't even built yet. So I don't know if I've got any bomb squigs for them though. I'll have to have a check. I have more orcs than I actually am aware of what I have. Every time I go through my box of orcs, or boxes of orcs, I seem to end up finding something in there that I'd forgotten about. So I know I've got at least a few flash kits. I think I've got a couple of units of flash kits as well. And as I was talking to you about yesterday, Dan, I think I'm going to run all my orcs as freebooters, so the flash kits will help with that. Right, I wanna. We have to go deal with you for rat bag. I love rat bag, but we'll go see rat bag in a bit. But I want to kill this guy first. So I want vengeance. Plus, seeing their reactions to seeing you again after they've killed you is always quite amusing. So now the question is, where is he? I think over here. SOM and SOW. Oh, Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War. Yeah, I don't have Shadow of War. I've had this for ages. I've never finished it, but I have played it a few times. In fact, you know what? I owned this game on PC and on the PS4 as well. So I bought this twice, believe it or not. Admittedly, it was on sale both times, but hey. Whee!
Insect.
Oh, hello.
I killed a dozen like you before breakfast.
And what a breakfast it was, Akoth the Chunky. I think he has multiple breakfasts, this guy.
Clear off, you're useless.
Oh, what?
If I have to search every crack of Mount Doom, I'll hunt you down.
Okay, I have multiple bosses now. I'm not getting out of this one alive, am I? I think I might be screwed. Especially since I don't know what the weaknesses of these guys is. He's retreating!
I will have more revenge next time!
Running away, eh? He's quick, isn't he? Gotcha. When captains are killed, an open position is created in Sauron's army. New captains can move in to fill this position when time passes. Sometimes they come back to life, though, with scars to prove it as well, which is quite cool. Ah, we've still got the bone collector dude, haven't we? I'll tell you what. Have one of those in the face. Probably should have used those on his mates, but never mind. Didn't like that, did you?
I think not. I underestimated this time.
It's the same voice actor as the guy who's Bodan Fedek in Dragon Age Origins, and fucking hell is it distracting. Oh, look at that. He's dead too now. Also, I've got to pick this up. Upgrades! Oh, different thing. Right. Currency to upgrade your weapons and increase your maximum health, focus, and elf shot. Cool. Box a rune slot on your sword. Honestly, yeah, I'd like extra arrows. I'll be honest. Right. Let's continue our revenge mission.
If you lot don't pay attention, I'll make it go out alone to fight the crowd.
We'll deal with this later. Also, that's fine. What about the bow? Oh, it tells us who we killed to get it too. Look, there's Akoth. Hello, Akoth. How you doing? Need to get those teeth seen too, mate. Uh, 40% focus after immobilizing an enemy with the pen in place ability. I don't even know what that ability is, but so I'll get it. Fell voices. Recover all focus and all health for killing a captain or war chief. Recover 55% focus on a stealth kill. So I'll stick with that one for now. Right, now. Where is this dude? Is that him there? Or is that? That's green, so that means he's a worm, I think.
Let me borrow your blanket.
There you are, Nazdoog. Right, we just need to assassinate him with our bow, essentially, and we can one-shot him. I think. That's one of his weaknesses, so... There you go.
It is done.
Right, I'll be having that, thank you very much. Let's skedaddle. Get ledge killing this dude. Might be able to. Just for variety. Bye. Look at that. Let's get intel on this dude. Crush the killer. Vulnerable to stealth finishes. Can be killed instantly using stealth finishes. Vulnerable to ranged attacks. Oh, again, another one vulnerable to ranged attacks. I like those ones, they're very easy to kill. Right, I suppose we better go do this next main quest bit. We'll meet Ratbag. Ratbag is goddamn funny, so I want to go meet him.
Did you hear that? Watch him!
Archers, man. Well, in fact, what are you talking about? Oh, we've got intel on the other guys already. Let's get intel on a new person. Oh wait, no, hang on, there's one over here. Booth the Shadow. Oh, we've already got intel for him. Right. Moogrish Bone Ripper.
Now's our best chance. Thank you.
I don't know what's going on with the weird green lightning effects, by the way. That's odd. Don't remember that from last time I played. Oh, there was some herbs down there I could do with those. Right, you just keep that Caragor busy, mates. Yep. I'm just going to collect these herbs. Medicinal herbs. I did enjoy that Indiana Jones and the Infernal Machine playthrough, in spite of its jankiness. It was good fun. Oh, it's alright, the chat's quiet. It's a game where I'm focused a bit more on the game itself than the chat, so chat tends to be a bit quieter when I'm less focused on it, and that's fair enough, really. Oh shit! Whoops.
Next time, Ranger. Next time
I actually was going to try and attack. I didn't want to pick up the herbs, but I just saw a button prompt on my screen, and I was like, yeah, I'll press it. Like the chimpanzee that I am. Stealth herbs, yeah.
Look, there's been a murder.
Hello. I know you had intel, but not for anyone useful. If you are spotted in a stronghold, Urux will raise an alarm. Yeah, and then you'll get your shit kicked in if you don't run away.
We need a lot more material than we got. Gotta feed the war machine. We get a lot more if the
I think you'll
same
find
as
that's
that.
the war machine. Shoot hanging bait to attract caragors. There's some hanging bait nearby. There is. Oh. Whoever that is apparently afraid of caragors. Alright, let's continue on our way, shall we?
It's a caragor. Stay put.
My unobservant friend. You are now a dead unobservant friend. Nice dreadlocks, though.
Come on, Ranger.
Flesh Gotten. Gain intel to learn strengths and weaknesses. Lamlug Flesh Picker. Accidentally discovering captains, yeah. Damn it! I didn't mean to stealth kill him. Oh dear, hello.
Think I'm new? Ha! Waste your time to raise a weakness.
Alright, who's raising the alarm? You, eh? Did I get him? I got him, yeah. Whew! That was close. Alright, see you then.
Wish I'd been there to see the look on those Rangers' faces when our Lord came knocking on their door at the Black Gate. Did I just hear something? Ranger! Come close if you want the Black Hand. Those slave scum are pouring poison in your ear. Oh, but you cut these ropes. Ratbag will tell you everything.
Now, what would you know that all these other dead orcs did?
Go ahead, you bastard! Do it! I'll die, and you'll know nothing!
Maybe I'll grant your request. End your miserable
No. I was just look, those slaves are no match for the Orc army. Their schemes as rotten as barrelfish. But Ratbag can teach you the ways of the Orc. Ratbag can make your plan work.
We're going to find out what you know.
Off Caragor Tamer. Yeah, it's now walking us through the weaknesses stuff. I love that he's afraid of Caragors when he's a beast tamer. And it's also vulnerable to mounted beasts. Invulnerable to ranged, heavy attack, high damage melee attack cannot be countered. Has a group of followers. I'll go back and get the rune, don't worry.
Your problem, Ranger, is the war chiefs. Strong leaders they are. Now, if something were to happen to them, then they wouldn't be able to stop your little insurrection, would they?
I would hunt them down.
How? They're not very popular around here, and they know it.
But you can find them.
Oh, yes. Ratbag will show you the way. You help me, I help you.
Do not make me regret this deal.
Marvelous. Now let's stop faffing about, huh? First, I need to take care of a certain captain and a few Caragors. Come with me, Ranger. You can't trust them. Those slaves will stab you in the back. At least an Uruk will stab you in the front. Most likely the throat. We have similar goals, Ranger. See, you want to kill the captain, and somebody's got to take his place. Somebody like Ratbag.
So this Goroth is in charge?
Of this camp, yeah. But he's no war chief. They answer directly to the Black Hand. I'll show them all when I'm in the Black Hand's inner circle. Becoming a captain is just the first step of Ratbag's plan to become a war chief.
Been prepared to step hard on his neck.
How did you get free, scum?
Ah, yes, the quintessential dudes with shields that appear in every other video game ever and are also really annoying. It will block frontal attacks, must be hit from behind. Press A when near an enemy to leap over them.
Get the Ranger, not me! He's a much easier target! His sword's breaking!
Leave the vermin alone and face me, Uruks.
Me? The Ranger's meat is far more tender. You're dead! Ranger, quickly! I don't do well with pointy ends shoved into me. Well done, Ranger. Now, just picture all these corpses as Gorov. Visualize your goals. Gorov's been out for Ratbag for years. Smug piece of dung he is. We come to blows as far back as Ratbag can remember. Still, Ratbag never wins. Last time, he kicks Ratbag into the Caragor pit. All the others laugh as the Karagor bats right back around like a yarn ball. Oh, that Gorov's gonna pay. Smug piece of dung. He'll pay. Gorov keeps Karagors in pens. And rumor has it, he doesn't like to get too close to them.
And let me guess, you think I should open those pens?
Gorov's always in there. Never leaves, ever. Wonder where he pees. Oh, that explains the smell.
Keep out of sight. I'll see that your captain gets demoted.
Splendid plan. You kill, I wait. That's military genius, that is. Captain Gorov's right up ahead. I'm salivating with anticipation. The drool of revenge.
You men folk are so weak.
Stab. Ratbag returns the Shadow of War. Of course! I'd have it no other way. Bollocks. Oh no you don't. Oh fucking no! No! Oh shit. Well, this didn't go quite as planned.
Quick, to the beacon! Got the fire yet!
Oh, balls. Damn it! Rip. Retry. Well, never claimed to be any good at this game. Let's try that again, shall we? With less of the fail this time.
Did you hear that?
Wait! I smell something.
This Ulrich's
Shit. I fucked up again. Oh fuck. No! Chanting is the chat, yeah.
We need to implement ground riding drills.
Okay, well. Is that the guy over there, or is this just some random Uruk? I think it's just a random Uruk.
If that tiny creature's out there, I bet it's hiding in this house.
I wonder if an Uruk has ever gone from archer to captain. This looks like a good spot to get some shut-eye. Goroth will kill you if he catches you napping. Goroth never comes here. He's always by the hunting camp.
Goroth's in the hunting camp. So much for him always being in the same place. A captain who fears his own beast.
Fear is a powerful tool, Talion. Let's put Goroths to work.
I suppose it was my imagination.
We're not unlocked the exploding grog ability yet. Afraid not, no.
You should keep your distance from me.
Trick is to press the parry button when prompted. Yeah, I suppose the trick is to win the game, right? That's the trick. If you just win the game, then problem solved. I would quite like that.
Look, Manfield!
We're close. Now, which one of this filth is Goroth?
It might sound like growling to you, but I understand.
Goroth.
I have a reputation amongst the beasts. When they rise in their sleep, they are nightmares of Goroth. I once wrestled 3 categories at once, all for bare ends. Now I snap their necks just by
Game, if you'd let me move, I could actually shoot the cage properly. Look, game, I can't shoot the cage from here. Get me out of this prompt, thank you. There we go. Gotcha. Oh, I thought you just hit it the specific spot for some reason. Like his helmet just floating in midair. After power struggles, battle reports will recap the events and shifting power of Sauron's army. Oh, what up, bat reps? Let's watch a bat rep. Oh, very funny. Ratbag has now been promoted.
Hey, you two! Hey! Hey! I need you to take a body back to my tent. I'm gonna get me a trophy. Get lost, scum! We only take orders for Goroth. That's the filthy corpse I need you to carry. Now go! Go! Set your fish up! Be respectful, you dunghill worms! Or it'll be your ear next. Where's your captain now? Let's go take a gander. Yeah, and when you're done with that, I've got more bodies for you to carry. Meet me at the crossroads. An old friend there is about to lose his head.
Really enjoyed the last battle rep. Really impressively painted models. Yeah, Alistair did a really good job with his Alpha Legion, especially that demon print's very cool.
First I'm resurrected by a wraith, now I am working with an orc. What could possibly be next?
We must use the weapons of our enemy against him. The orcs hate each other almost as much as they hate us.
That's why I fight so hard. The only blood I need is the blood of my enemy.
That was just too tempting to waste. Right. What shall we get? Can we afford anything? We can. Also ability point, yay! Ride Caragors, or detonate. That would be fires or barrels to cause them to explode. Yeah, sure.
Came across some strange traps. Not that again. They were made by slaves, dragging their feet. Did you hear that? Saw them too. Unless pigskins have grown a third leg, they were.
Alright, so let's go do another Golem quest.
If I see it, I'll kill it just to stop you clot from harping on about it.
Love that. Oh, it's a shield, dude.
What was that?
Let's just kill you. Just on principle, I fucking hate shield dudes. I think that was the one that was in the cutscene as well.
Did you hear that? Did I just hear something?
You accidentally kill Ratbag in battle. I might have been able to earlier, but then it would have been like mission failed, retry. So. The little yelp of surprise never gets old, yeah. I didn't pick Ride Caragors because riding Caragors is actually a little bit more annoying than it sounds. Because Caragors don't become your friends, you have to try and kind of mount them while fighting them. It's quite awkward and annoying.
Desecrate one more body and your corpse will join them.
Show me another treasure from your dreams.
Yes. We will prove ourselves, Great Master. We will prove we are friends.
Take us to it.
Oh, I see what you mean, Michael. No, I don't think you can just randomly encounter him in the overworld, but I could be wrong.
Must follow us, bright master. To the treasures we go. Last we sneaks here, no orcs. They spread like poison.
Yeah, what is with the weird colours? Like, when the lightning flashes, you sometimes get green or purple. What is that about?
Nasties above. Kills them.
Kill him with headshots. Oh, it's a bonus objective. Waste of decent elf shot, if you ask me, but hey.
Right, master takes us to the precious. We shows him, and he rewards us. Sharpsy's up there. There.
Oh, hello.
Master, the royal one, smells sweet like dropping fishes. Filthy tricksy ranger comes along. Craggy ranger, smiley stinky ranger. He hurts us, he steals from us like bargains.
Oh yeah, maybe wonky sayings or something. Maybe the drivers I have don't agree with it. But yeah, look at that, it's really weird.
We'll take it from him. We'll take it from our sharpest of sharpsies.
We're watching.
Scout.
Evening, Gibbon. 21 months in a row, so thank you very much.
Shows us bright master. We wait here for you.
Your friend seems quick to lead us to danger.
Knowledge of my past is worth any trial.
Awful lot of exploding barrels around here. Hello.
It is so fine a gift.
What a gift. But where is the place?
Come here! Release him. Why do we chase these dreams? They offer no answers, only more questions!
These are not mere dreams. With each vision, my power grows stronger.
She looks after us. Ranger should go now. Very dangerous here. We wait at the ancient tower for him.
Oh gosh, there's a lot of them. Wraith Flash. Unleash a powerful flash of light which damages and stuns orcs or kills ghouls. When your hit streak is charged, press X and A to use Wraith Flash. I'm trying to press X and A. Might be a good idea to run away. No, I'm gonna stay here. Are you kidding? There we go. Hey, even turned away from the explosion like a badass. Well done, Talion.
That halfling golem will betray us to the Black Hand the first chance he gets.
He has no love for the Dark Lord.
I can put an end to that.
Has a part to play in the fate.
Bad timing, random orc captain. Okay, I guess this guy's not vulnerable to ranged. Doesn't seem to have any mates around except for those guys over there.
You!
Oh, for Christ's sake.
I prefer my victims near death. There's so much less hope and so much more despair.
Sweet Jesus Christ.
Well, slaying you would only increase my standing.
What a pair of gits! Well, he was there too.
Wealth beyond measure, Outlander.
Apparently I didn't have a pop-up for that alert just now. I'll have to check it on Streamlabs. Hold on. This will be all the power struggle stuff resolving while we're dead, isn't it? Yeah. Alright, we'll deal with that in a minute. Hold on. No, I don't. No. Well, no, I don't want to mark him as the target. For sake. Oh, mark rat bag. There we go. Streamlabs.com. Also, let's have a look. Yes, I see the problem. Hold on. Where have the Twitch alerts gone? They're layered underneath the game at the minute, so they are appearing, but they're just appearing underneath the game, which is why we can't see it. Alerts, there we go. Let's bring that up to the top. There we go. Now I can see them in future. Alright. Derp indeed, yep. I don't even know how it got halfway down the list like it did, but it did. Oh, seriously? Seriously? It needs me to give it a two-factor authentication, which will take ages. So because I don't have the Twitch app installed on my phone at the moment. Oh, sorry, not the Twitch app, the Authy app. So, fuck's sake. All right, I don't know who donated, and I don't know how much they donated, but whoever you were, thank you very, very much for your generosity. I wish I knew who you were so I could thank you properly, but it was you, Tie Breach. Thanks very much, dude. Because I think that was a donation alert that went off then. Wealth Beyond Measure, Outlander was. I think I set that up as the donation alert. So, yeah, that's really annoying. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'd have to go get my phone and download the app onto it and blah 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 if I wanted to log into Streamlabs, unfortunately, right now. So, I didn't know they'd added the two-factor authentication thing to it. So,
we're watching you.
Irritating, but there you go. See, now it's popping up. And Ratsar, thank you very much. 10 months in a row. I also need to actually update the graphics for those alerts.
Power to hunt the followers of the Dark Lord.
Right. Let's go have a word with Ratbag again, shall we? That's always good fun. So, I don't know what I'm going to stream on Monday yet. I think next Friday is probably going to be... next Friday's probably going to be the start of Fallout New California, I reckon. Wednesday will be another Fighting Fantasy thing. Hold on. You have intel for me. Ooh, do you have intel on this guy? He killed me last time, so... Vulnerable to stealth finishers, fear of Caragors, fear of Grogs. Or Graugs. Invulnerable to range, yeah, I found that out the hard way. Blocks attempts to jump over him, launches ambushes against his enemies. That's what happened to us. Shoots multiple shots in rapid succession. Explosive arrow, that's what killed us. Can smell out enemies who are hiding nearby. This dude is no joke. Holy shit. He's vulnerable to stealth finishes, but he'll sniff you sneaking up on him. Christ. I didn't actually mean to do that. Multiple exploding arrows, yep.
I saw the Tark scare Hawkes so badly he dropped his axe.
A wizard is never late, because he spends most of his time sorting out Twitch donations. Let's find a Caragor down there. So Fallout New California will be interesting. I've played through... Well, originally it was known as Project Brazil, because, well, and basically, essentially what it was a almost tech demo type thing. It was essentially the opening of the game, like the sort of the tutorial and kind of opening part of the main story and stuff, and then that was all they had time to do. But now they finally finished it, and Fallout New California, basically, if you're not familiar, is it's a total conversion for Fallout New Vegas, which is a completely new story set in New California. And pacing of the story is a bit mad. It does change somewhat though, depending on which story paths you end up going down. Because at first I was kind of a bit disenchanted with it, because I picked inadvertently picked a story path that I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of. When I went back and made a different decision, and the game set me down a different path, the pacing was much better, I found. So, you know, it allowed you to stay in the open overworld for a bit longer. It, you know, you got to talk to a couple of NPCs and stuff, and then it launched you back into a bit of fighting, and it was much better that way, I found. So, but I put in a good 4 to 6 hours into it, I think. Maybe a bit less than that, I don't know. And I quite like it, so I thought I'd stream it because it isn't that long.
We got a couple of artifacts. Might have gotten more, but a pack of carnivores attacked us and killed half the pigskin.
I just want to jump off onto there. There we go. When do you think I'll stream that? Like I said, probably for the next Friday. And what's interesting about it to me as well is that you can play it as an origin story for your Fallout New Vegas character. So I might even do that. Might play as David Crumpington prior to getting shot in the head with a bullet and losing his marbles completely, which could be interesting. Because, and this is a tiny little spoiler that I already had spoiled for me, but it's not really a spoiler. But the game ends, like Fallout New California ends, with the opening cinematic of Fallout New Vegas, where Benny shoots you in the head. That's how Fallout New California ends, with that. And then you can pick it up and carry on with New Vegas. Actually, it gives you the option to do it in game as well. Like you can, with New California installed, you can play through all of the story for that, and then you can immediately jump into New Vegas with the same character. So if you want to, I mean, obviously I won't do it that way because I've already got a New Vegas character, but you know, I think it should be quite fun. The production value for it is as a mod is pretty impressive, considering it was apparently developed by literally just 2 guys. 2 guys and a whole bunch of voice actors, obviously. But yeah.
Did you hear that?
Hello.
That's the Ranger!
Oh.
We're watching you.
I don't like the sound of that. Bleed, you weakling.
Oh, we in a fight now? I guess we're in a fight now. Yeah, it's kind of like, it's a similar setup to Tale of the Two Wasteland in that respect, yeah. But obviously, unlike Tale of Two Wastelands, the story is set up a lot more specifically so that it follows on to New Vegas, you know. From what I've heard, it helps make more sense of events in some of the other DLCs for New Vegas as well, like Lonesome Road and stuff. It actually adds context to that DLC when you know what your character did prior to getting a bullet shot in the head. To go into how the divide happened, I think so. I'm not sure though. think it gets into that a bit. Very cool mod, though. Very cool mod. It's got a fairly sizable overworld in it as well, although admittedly most of it is fairly empty of stuff to do, because it's quite bare bones, considering it was only developed by 2 guys.
You call this a duel? No! I call this losing a duel, you glob! Right here? Is that good? I'm just...
We better hurry, or he'll lose his head.
Awfully tempting, isn't it?
Blind his many eyes, and the beast can't see you coming.
Does Fallout New California seem like a natural part of Fallout New Vegas, similar to how you talk about Tamriel? Yeah, not. It's really not at all like Tamriel Rebuilt. It's a completely different kind of mod. I think you'll understand more when you actually see it. Balls.
Better than talks like you, and I will show everyone here how low that is.
Wandered a bit too far out of the bush.
I will give your corpse.
Trying to get the combo off a Wraith Flash is actually surprisingly difficult. Die, you stupid shield, dude. When a captain's health gets low, you can grab him. Hold right bumper to grab this captain, press A to interrogate him.
Keep the executioner alive. Our path lies in his mind.
The War Chiefs are the most powerful rank in the Uruk forces. Captains can aspire to become War Chiefs. Some will murder, assassinate, and backstab their way to the top. Others will gain favour or protection by serving War Chiefs as bodyguards. This connection indicates that Brog is the bodyguard of an unknown War Chief. Use L to select Brog's master. So on and so forth. Mog, the other twin. Afraid of the wrath of the Black Captains. In order to draw out a War Chief, you will need to perform a showdown mission. These will be located near his stronghold. Remember, review your target's strengths and weaknesses to plan your attack. Damaged by combat finishes, can be injured by combat finishes. Damaged by ranged attacks can be injured by ranged shots or shadow strike. Hate of Caragors, hate of bodyguard suffering, becomes enraged when his bodyguard is attacked. Battle hardened, hard to kill, and may require you to finish him. Leaps far while striking, flaming weapon, fearless. Tough cookie then.
Ranger! Oh, well, now that's what I call teamwork, eh?
Go before I change my mind.
What about our deal?
Deal is over.
Very well then. I just thought that we... Right. Wait! Ranger! Watch this. Once the war chief hears of my victory, he'll make me his personal bodyguard.
And how does this help me?
A backstabbing bodyguard? I'll take care of one of the war chiefs for you. And you do the other four on your own. Then we'll meet at the training camp, right? I'll make sure the war chief is there when you're ready for him. What do you say?
You make sure you keep your head on your neck this time.
Yeah, well, that's my plan.
Hawks.
I think, alright, if I attempt to try and answer your question, Michael, Fallout New California plays like a different Fallout game. You know how Fallout 1 has its own distinct flavor, Fallout 2 has its own distinct flavor, the same is true of Fallout 3, same is true of Fallout 4, same is true of New Vegas. Fallout New California is the same in that respect. It is very similar to New Vegas, it borrows a hell of a lot of stuff from New Vegas, but it feels like its own thing as well, separately. So, to try and compare it to Tamriel Rebuilt, which is literally just trying to extend the base Morrowind game into a new area in as seamless a way as possible, it's apples and oranges. So...
This ratbag led us up the chain of command in spite of himself.
He has a gift for failure.
No more torture. Just painful.
A gift for failure is still a gift, though, right? LOL. Hang on a second. You know, it occurs to me I did actually forget that that rune I told you I wouldn't forget. Ages ago, back in those ruins. Oh well. Choking Horror, level 9. 52% chance to terrify more than 2 Uruks on a brutalized kill. I haven't unlocked that ability yet. Recover 55% focus on a stealth kill. That's boring. Let's take this. Bow. Sword! Recover 49% focus on a flurry kill? Oh, whatever. Fine. BRB, you gotta pick flowers. What else do we have to do? Let's go do another Golem quest because I quite enjoy these. Just because you get cool cinematics. And honestly, in video games, you can get me to do any number of boring, stupid, annoying stuff if you reward me with a nice cinematic at the end. I'm a sucker for it.
talking to itself. Bloody creepy, if you ask me. It's all this focus for it.
What do we have here? A strange rock. Orodruin's eruptions are sudden and violent. When the mountain awakes in fire, none are safe. The sky is darkened with smoke and ash, and fiery rocks are shot high into the air before landing with deadly force. This glassy obsidian stone is one of those volcanic rocks. It dates back to the Second Age, perhaps to when the Dark Lord formed his initial bond with the volcano. These remnants of Orodruin's fury are prized for their hardness. They are often sharpened to make weapons. Ah, there we go.
Where'd you get off to, child?
I found this, Daddy.
This kind of rock is very rare. It comes from the volcano. There. Now, Doom is a foul place, angry and mean. It will explode when Sauron is near and plotting, spitting all manner of foulness into the air. Smoke and dust and rocks that burn the ground. It does this as a warning. I will not stay silent for long. Sort of like your mother. Don't tell your mother I said that.
So this rock is...
It is a rock, nothing more. And you needn't be afraid of a rock or Doom, which is silent to this very day. And sweetie, if you need a lesson from all this, why, here's a fine one. Even a foul place like that volcano can produce beautiful things.
I was going to say something before I picked that up, and now I forgot what it was.
Sign of fire on Mount Doom for generations.
I watched Gil-galad die on the slopes of Orodruin, burned to death by the heat of Sauron. This is where the storm will gather that will engulf the world of men.
Come on, Talion. There you go.
Step out of line and I'll have you flame!
Seems like every time they make a game based on the Lord of the Rings, it's always set between The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings. Every single time. Whether it's Lord of the Rings Online or what was it called? That co-op game they released ages ago.
I heard them Uruk from down the valley were so weak.
War in the North, I think that was the one, yeah.
They was Caragor dung.
Although I don't know if that one necessarily was between the two. I think isn't the new Amazon series also a kind of prequel to Lord of the Rings, sequel to the Hobbit thing that they're doing. That's apparently mega expensive. I guess the problem is everyone's too afraid to. Well, they never seem to want to delve into like the Silmarillion stuff because it's so far removed from like the movies that they're probably afraid most people won't understand any of it. And no one wants to do anything post Lord of the Rings because they're too afraid to do that as well, I suppose. I remember there was a mod for Rome Total War. It was a very, 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 very good mod as well. It was called the Fourth Age Total War, and it was set after, like, I think maybe like 100 or 200 years or so after the end of the Third Age, and it basically concerned a whole sort of new storyline going forward based on a few of Tolkien's old notes. That was set after the end of the Lord of the Rings, and it was actually pretty good. It was quite interesting. The distant future. Well, the thing you got to remember, Michael, the distant future of the Lord of the Rings universe is us, because the Lord of the Rings is set in a mythical prehistory of Earth.
Well, where is he? Your friend is either a liar or a coward.
Maybe it was you threatening his life.
It's very similar to Conan the Barbarian in that respect.
Let's go find your precious treasure.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, the little vermin is not here.
The eagle hunts rabbits from up high, and so shall we.
We're in the 6th or 7th age, according to Tolkien. That specifically I did not know. That's kind of interesting. But yeah, Conan the Barbarian was set in the Hyborian Age, which was, again, set in a fictional version of Earth's history prior to like the Bronze Age, before Atlantis sank into the ocean, basically.
These towers were not
10k
built by
BC,
the Dark
yeah.
Lord, but to challenge him.
Something like
Now
that, roughly.
only ruins, buried in darkness.
What I remember, anyway. There's a big... If you get the collected stories of, like, Robert E. Howard on your Kindle, which is what I've got, it has a big section prior to you getting into the actual stories themselves, where Robert E. Howard actually basically chronicles the entire history of his setting. It's pretty good.
A Grog. I need at least 20 men to bring that beast down.
Oh, then we must find another way.
Charging for the cave's mouth will only lead us into the Grog's jaws. A well-placed arrow will do the trick here.
Impressive, Talion. That should keep the Graug occupied.
And that Caragor, apparently.
The air here is thick in death. Ghouls. Why am I not surprised?
This section feels very Witcher 3.
Looks like the Grog won his fight against the Caragors.
And now is ready for another.
Pretend the ghouls are necrophages, and this basically is the Witcher 3 right now.
Vermin from the depths of the earth.
We will stream like a full playthrough of the Witcher series, I think, on this channel. I have decided it's something I defo want to do. I just want to finish playing Blood and Wine on my own time before I jump into it, and at the minute I haven't had much time to play Blood and Wine on account of the fact that I've had the world's busiest week for a while. So...
blacksmith of the Second Age. I'd heard the stories, but...
I remember my name now. I shaped the history of Middle-earth. I crafted the Rings of Power. Fly you through.
Ah, very good. Shadow Strike. Hold left trigger, tap A instantly transports you to your target's location. Ghoul Spitters. Oh, brilliant. Oh shit. Tap A in time. Oops. Oh, I fucked up, I fucked up, I fucked up. I fucked up. There we go. No, I don't mean to do that. Why are you guys floating in midair? What is going on?
Good riddance. I'm the one responsible for all of this. That's why Sauron wants me.
No. No. Bright Master is good. He looks after us.
Shut your insolent mouth.
Nasty ranger. He knows nothing of the Bright Master.
I know of his legend. How Sauron deceived you into making the rings. He tortured both you and your king.
And the precious. The Master makes it too. Where is it?
I have no memory of any such thing. Why would it even matter?
The Master must remember. Yes, he must. We dig up more treasures. Yes, yes, yes. And then he will take us to it.
I grasp at vespers of memory. The Rings of Power.
Knowing to men. Their power became their undoing. They became the ring knights.
Yes, the Nazgul.
But the Nazgul were destroyed.
As are many who come in contact with the Rings of Power.
Oh, let's unlock Ride Caragors, why not? Ah, there you go, yeah, that's how it works. You have to jump on top of them, and then press right bumper to actually ride the buggers. It's quite tricky. Good thing no one's trimming those yet. Alright, well folks, it is 11:30. I've got a long day of painting to do tomorrow, and I need to try and squeeze in some video recording with it while I'm at it, so I'm probably going to call an end to the stream now, I think. Yeah, in fact I am. I assume this game probably auto-saved fairly recently. So yeah. Thank you for coming along, everybody. Let me just quickly check if there's someone we can raid while we're here. We'll give the GOG channel a raid because Kilgore's streaming some Tomb Raider on there right now, which is good. So yeah, and I'll be tuning into that, I think. Glad to catch some of the stream. Thought you'd miss it due to work. Oh, well, good. I'm glad you did, Chef. Hope my weekend goes well. Yeah, it's a work end. Should we put it like that? I don't know. Yeah, like I said, I've got video recording to do tomorrow if I can squeeze it in. I've got to get some models painted, and then Sunday I'm getting up at like 6 AM so that I can drive to Swindon and record a battle report with Winters again. So Monday, ironically, will be my day of rest. So, while everyone's getting up to go to work, I'll just be having a nice lie-in. The weird and wonderful world of being a YouTuber and streamer. So yeah. Anyway, everybody, it's been nice to get back and do a stream again. I was quite irritated by everything happening this week. Me not being able to stream as a result. So apologies for that, because I did have a break from streaming a little while ago. Like a pretty lengthy break too. I think I was off for like 3 weeks. So it irritates me that I had to stop for about a week. But yeah, you know, when the plumber's in here with a hammer and drills and stuff like that, taking up floorboards and whatever, I just cannot stream in here, you know? Simple as that. So, tis what it is. Life happens sometimes. So yeah. Anyway, I'll see you guys again on Monday. I don't know exactly what we'll be streaming on Monday, but we'll stream something. But I'll see you again for that. And on Wednesday, we'll be doing another Fighting Fantasy game book. And on Friday, like I said, we'll probably start New California. So that should be fun. Oh, it doesn't let you catch much stream time, so this was nice. Yeah, no worries. I do upload every stream to the VOD channel when I finally remember to do it after the time period in the contract has expired I have with Twitch. So you can watch it on the Sorcerer Dave live channel on YouTube if you have missed streams. Obviously, you can watch them here on Twitch too in the VOD section, but some people prefer to use YouTube, and that's fine. That's why I uploaded on there. So yeah, all of the New California playthrough. I don't know what I'll do with that. I think I might record it locally and do a smidge of editing on it before putting it on YouTube in that one's case. But we'll see. It might end up going up on the main channel. I'll probably export like the unedited VOD to the live channel, but I might upload a cut and edited version to the main channel as well. Just because we're probably going to be playing as the same character as the New Vegas Let's Play. So people will probably want that on the main channel as part of the ongoing story and stuff. It's relevant to the LP, so I feel like maybe it should be on there. Anyway. So, is there anything else? Not really, I don't think so. Alright, cool. Thanks very much, everybody. I will see you next time. Let's do the raid thing. Where is it? /raid GOG.com. There we go. Alright, cheers, everybody. See you on Monday.